Summer 2012, Dr. Bond, COM 104, Informative Disease Speech. Today I'm going to discuss Huntington's Chorea disease with you. This is an inherited brain degenerative disease. I recently read an article that talks about a possible cure. So before I get to that point, I'm going to give you a little background on kind of what is Huntington's disease. Huntington's disease is inherited. You can only get it from one generation. So it can only be from parent to immediate offspring. It cannot skip anything. So if your parents have it, you have a 50% chance of also having the disease. Some side effects that I have seen on a website called ChoreaMatters.com are from stages 1, beginning of stage 2, and there are 4 stages of Huntington's. They are involuntary movements, major balance and coordination problems, rapid eye movement, slurred or hesitant speech, problem swallowing, which results in ultimately having a feeding tube because you get to the point where you cannot even, take a drink of water. So all of your calories, vitamins, and nutrients will be into your stomach through a feeding tube. You have dementia, major changes in mood swings, very excited and happy all the way to depression and suicidal thoughts. These symptoms occur within 90% of all patients that have Huntington's, so that's pretty high. Huntington's you usually get between the ages of 35 and 42, so there's a very small window, but you can have it after the age 50, and there have been some rare cases where you can have it before the age of 20. So it's not guaranteed, it's just not as likely. The Silence Daily article that I was reading is telling that Huntington's is a mutation in a single gene. So they've actually targeted this single gene. It's the result in the production of accumulation of toxic proteins throughout the brain. And if you want to look at this picture here, I will show you a normal brain. You can see that they have small ventricles, no discoloration, very smooth around the edges. You can tell there's a whole brain there. And when we look at this picture, you can definitely see the ventricles have gotten larger, very rough around the edge, especially up here, a lot of discoloration, almost as if the brain has been shrunken or deprived, or even maybe, kind of looks like something has eaten it. It's just deformed. There's a Huntington's brain and a normal brain. So even the brain stem on this Huntington's brain is just gone. So eventually with Huntington's disease, you will be able not to do anything. You will be in a nursing home unless someone provides 24-hour care for you. No eating by yourself, no moving, no talking, no nothing, and a lot of times you don't even remember your own family. So it can be very, very devastating. The Ludwig Institute for Cancer Research at the University of California, San Diego is actually the one that discovered this possible cure for Huntington's. What they did was they inserted the Huntington's disease into mice and chimps, and they waited for them to progress, and once they saw the progression of the disease, the movements and things like that, they inserted a ASO steroid into these animals. They were hoping this would target the disease, which it in fact did. Within 1 month, they began to see improvements in the animal's behavior, such as no more movements and being able to walk and eat on their own. So they're hoping that this steroid could reset the disease clock for brain degeneration, maybe even in more than just Huntington's. So I'm hoping to get this out there, and with the communication here, my aunt was diagnosed 2 years ago with Huntington's, and communication has been a major problem for their family. The doctors they're seeing don't know very much about the disease, so it's really hard to get treatment, and until this drug, there was nothing they could do, to prevent the disease. So, they're struggling with, should they do this, should they not, and It's a major breakthrough, so hopefully we can get the word out and, maybe find a cure for this someday and help somebody with this disease that we can reverse it. Thank you.